So we're here at the CAMA 2015 conference with Dr. David Seigel from Brock University. Dr. Seigel, you've just given us a presentation on some of the key attributes of being a CAO as you've developed in your new book, Leaders in the Shadows. Can you tell us why you chose that name?
Well, that name was, it was a direct contradiction, leaders in the shadows, but it illustrates the role of the CAO because CAOs are expected to be leaders. This conference is about celebrating municipal leaders. They're expected to be leaders, but they're also expected to stand in the shadows with regard to their political masters because they have to be aware that their political masters are the ones who really run the show.
And it's a really complicated kind of leadership because it's, as you were saying, up to council, but also in other directions too, I think.
It is complicated because the staff and the CAO in particular has a particular kind of knowledge that they need to be sure that the municipal council has that knowledge and when council's making that decision. But then the staff also have to know when to back off and let council make their own decision, even if it's not exactly the same decision that the CAO might like to see in a particular case.
Thanks. Well, and now tell me, in your book you examined a number of different leaders from around the country, and actually we're very proud of Strategy Corporals. One of them is our own Michael Fenn. But you identified a number of key traits that were common in really terrific CAOs. What ones did you find?
Well, the two at the top that were the most important for any kind of leader are integrity and respect. In other words, integrity, the honesty in dealing with people both inside and outside the organization. And we found that people in the organization respected these leaders. And the main reason that people in the organization respected the leaders is because they felt that the leaders respected them, that there was this mutual relationship of respect between the leaders and the other people in the organization.
Were there any other traits you found really important?
Well, there are a number of traits, things like communication, and the important aspect about communication is listening is an important part of communication. The idea of promoting change, but promoting change in a careful, thoughtful way that respects the attitudes of people who are already in the organization. Humility is something else that I found that these leaders had, that they weren't the kind of people who tried to steamroller everybody. They were careful about listening to what other people in the organization were telling them. So those were some of the traits, but there's a long list.
Well, it's great you've done this work. CAMA is all about promoting these values and quality in public administration, and that's why there were so many interested people in the audience today listening to you speak. So thank you very much.
Thank you, John. I enjoyed my opportunity here.
Terrific.